What's going on? Welcome back. Today we're going over Roblox's most realistic web shooters. Make sure to subscribe and check out all the amazing channel members. With that said, let's get into this. So guys, one of the main reasons this game is so cool in my opinion and so realistic is because we have full capabilities of web shooters. We have our left and right one, meaning we can use our left shooter like this with pressing Q and our right shooter with pressing E. So that means there are endless possibilities of what we can do with these shooters and how we can access them and get around the map and like just transverse around the map and see how fast we can go. So in most Spider-Man games, you're going to end up using both the web shooters, but in this you can actually control which one. So if you use Q like that, you can go to that one. You can literally just use Q if you want, and then you can like climb up buildings like that too. They even have like a little run animation when you get close to the buildings, but the reason it's so cool is because you can use both. So you can go like E like this and then go over to Q. So there's so many possibilities here. Easily one of the most realistic Spider-Man web shooters I have ever seen on Roblox, and they have some really cool suits that you can get across the map. You guys can see here there's some nice wall running, which honestly is really nice. Like this is really smooth. Most of the time you have to like hold D or A to like turn the way your camera's moving or your character's moving, but here it's just kind of fluid in my opinion. Like I'm loving it. And then like if you want to get back up to spots, instead of like you having just like point launch onto them with not as much like and I guess like with not full capabilities, now you can just aim your mouse and go up there with both and just fly up, which is so cool. And I think most Spider-Man game on Roblox can either learn from it or just kind of keep it in mind. So let's go ahead, let's get this Spider-Man suit. Definitely not the coolest, but I think it will work for now. We'll kind of get the point. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna drop down, and so I don't think there's skydiving animation, but they got some nice wind. And like look, you can see like there's no crazy animations with it, but the concept is the main reason this game is so cool and so popular. It's called Swinging Spider-Man, and it looks like, is that an obby over there? Oh, I think that is an obby. Can we like transverse off this? Ooh, okay. So you guys can see like there's so many possibilities. We can get on any building we want, but we can also use it to do to everyone, right? Because we can aim wherever we want to go. So if we swing on this bad boy, then we can go over here if we can hit it, and then we can use both over here. Like there's just so many possibilities, and honestly, like this is the future of what Spider-Man could be like in any Spider-Man game. Like even PS4 could do something like this because they have it where like you only use both web slingers at the same time. But if you're able to use both, like can you guys just imagine the possibilities of what they could do? I've seen VR games do stuff like this, but never a PC game. And again, I don't know if it's going to be working on mobile, but I will link the game in the description. So what's over here? We got a Venom suit. Let's get this bad boy. Oh, look at that. That's nice. I like that. I like that. So let's go back, but I think you guys, oh no, don't fall. Let's get up. Oh, we got some black swinging too. So there's just so many possibilities to this, and I'm honestly, I'm digging it. I love it. I've been recommended this by viewers, and to be honest, I never thought it was that cool. But when you really think about it, like think about the possibilities you have with this, right? You can't point launch as clean as you could if it was just like auto or like the PS4 game, but you can do so much at this. Like you could web villains. Like imagine there's a villain here and you could throw him up with both shooters, like. Because you can control both, so why not just be able to throw them up? And you literally are able to. If we go to like a building right here, you guys can see we can put up here. Let's go over here. Let's get that taller one. It's like we can put up one shooter here, which is cool. But then look, we have both. So then we could do stuff like this. And I don't think there's a slingshot in this. That would be awesome. But I can like pull back a little bit, even like that, and then kind of launch myself, I guess. Or oh wait, I think is there a slingshot in this? I just saw something. Wait a second. So you get like that, and then. No, I think it's just how they work. So it's still pretty cool. I think there's just honestly so many possibilities, and like the animations, like the swinging animations, there's just a straight line what the webs look like, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it works. And the animations of it falling are great personally. There's no glitchiness. It's not like typical web slinging. Honestly, this is like there's no lagginess on par with like envisioned web testing in my opinion. It's just like it's a little clunky, but that's it. Like the fact that we have control of both web shooters in my opinion is probably the coolest aspect of this, and just, there's so much you can do. You can shoot people with them if they added access to that. You can throw people up like that. Like imagine there's someone here and then you just like throw them up, and I want to try first person like this. So let's jump high, and then the jump's great too. The jump works fine. You get like a little extra jump, and like it's nice. Like honestly, I like this. It's not bad at all. So yeah, that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments though, because I'm really digging this to be honest. And there are also like there's a lot of really good scenery around the map, which I like. Like the maps are really cool. The streets could definitely use some work. They could definitely add like cars moving around, but this is like the first game also to have a city that's perfect size. Like they haven't had cities that are big enough. Now I will say they could make it bigger, but for now, for a Roblox game, this is the biggest we've seen in a Roblox game. Even Age of Heroes wasn't this big, so I think the city's perfect for us. So if they keep updating this, they keep working on it, there's just so much untapped potential here that that could be tapped into, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they could just do apps. There's just so much they could do. No, guys, when I'm talking about what this game could live up to, or what's gonna be different than like some of the best Spider-Man games Roblox kind of like envisioned web testing, because you guys can see here, this is an amazing testing, and these are kind of uncomparable now in my opinion, because you guys can see here, we don't have full control over both web slingers, but it's just so clean and actually gives us pretty much more controllability over doing like cooler tricks. Now, since we don't have access to both slingers and we're using both at the same time always, we can do more, but we also can do less. So like when it comes to combat, it's gonna be more just like get abilities and like preset animations, but when it comes down to having both like access to both web slingers pretty much and both web shooters, like we can do so much more with combat. So I think when we look at it, it really just depends, but I'll link this game in the description before because I have reviewed it, but there's just a lot to talk about when it comes to Spider-Man games or Roblox, because there's just so much you could do, because literally Spider-Man PS4 did like they gave it one web slinger, and that's what most people are doing. They're going for one web shooter, and you can use both at the same time. But I thought it was really interesting seeing the take on it where you can use both at the same time, because personally, I would have more fun doing that in my opinion. I played VR games like that, and there's just so much more you can do, like webbing people up and down and just having a bunch of fun. So if they ever implement something like that and just go deeper into it, or maybe even instance bricks the developer if this does something like that, I would personally love that. But that's just my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now guys, in my personal opinion, a game that is very dear to me and I love a lot is typical web slinging. I made a video on this a bit ago called Not Your Typical Spider-Man Game, and the animations in this are just top tier. I mean, I love it, but the problem is if they're swinging, they are struggling big time. Their gravity is off. It's so clunky. You guys can see here, you don't even fly up. There's no momentum. Like the momentum's fine, but it's very unrealistic. And I think how they have it now is cool, but could you imagine if they did this, but with like you had both swingers, because they already have an animation that comes out, which the swinging Spider-Man game we just played in the beginning of this video doesn't even have. So if they were to give it like two web slingers, could you just imagine the possibilities they would have? Like it would be so awesome. I think this is a game that really could do that better, and I think Instance is better having like just one swing where it uses both shooters. And I understand why they're doing that in this game. They're trying to recreate like the Spider-Man games, but honestly, if you could get both shooters, it would even be more realistic to the Raimi films. And they really like to do a lot of this, but like the old Spider-Man films in this game and kind of recreate that. And I'm already glitching, but I think you guys see what I'm saying. There's just so many possibilities here, and I think it's so awesome. And also, there's combat in this game, so imagine what you could do with the combat as well, and just how you can implement that and just have so much fun with, like, because there's already slingshotting, they already have animations with that like this, but you can't actually control it. So imagine if you could control that slingshot and like put both webs up like one side of the building and have to pull yourself back manually. That's what I want to see in a game like this, and honestly, that'd be so cool. What I will say though is, guys, typical web slinging game has the most Spider-Man games out of any Spider-Man game in Roblox, or really just any Spider-Man game ever. There's just so many characters in this game. It's absurd how many they have from doing quests and stuff. So you guys will be seeing a lot more typical web slinging because of the hype of Far From Home, and honestly, I cannot wait for it. I mean, just look at these suits, like winner of the custom character contest. They just keep dropping more characters 24/7. We got Miles Morales over here, and then we got the villain suit. So we'll see what happens with the Sinister Six. So if you guys made it this far in the video, comment down below Sinister Six, and I'll make sure to like it if you made it this far. So I mean, that's awesome. We got Mysterio over here. She's in the movie, but we're definitely gonna be seeing some Venom in the movie, probably, hopefully. I don't think we're gonna be seeing Rhino, but there's just so much we can expect to see in this movie, and I'm honestly so hyped, and I hope you guys are as well. But if you guys do want to see any more content like this, just go check out Not Your Typical Web Slinging Game, where I go over a typical web slinging game on Roblox. It's a super cool game with a lot of potential. It's just the swinging is not the greatest, but I think with time it will be really awesome. But with that said, I'll see you guys later.